What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first ever GameChat Hot Takes. This is not GameChat, the full podcast, the video game variety show brought to you by Borderline Entertainment, hosted by Ace of Green River. No, this is Hot Takes. It's still the same brand, it's still the same ethos. That podcast will come back someday. This is more just my hot takes to what's happening in gaming right now. So there's been a lot of rumblings happening within the Xbox ecosphere. Nothing has been confirmed, but apparently, according to Phil Spencer, we're gonna find out next week the truth. Now, what am I talking about? Xbox is going third party? Yeah, that's a thing, apparently. The rumor mill has begun that Xbox is gonna be bringing its exclusives like Halo, Gears of War, upcoming exclusives like Indiana Jones to PlayStation 5 and other platforms. Now, I would say understandably, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not understandable, and we'll get to that later. Xbox fans are ticked. They're PO'd. They're mad. Because what's the point of buying an Xbox if all the big games are not even going to be on the console primarily? They're going to be on other platforms. Now, this was the same kind of argument that we saw from PlayStation players when they were taking PlayStation games and putting them on PC. Why would I get them on PS5 when I can play them on PC? Listen, I understand where you're coming from, people that are fans of those consoles, but what you have to understand, first and foremost, is that these are businesses, right? Like, these are not companies that are beholden to the consumer. They're not beholden to us and what we necessarily want. They are beholden to their shareholders and their bottom line, their revenue. And when you look at how expensive consoles are, and for some reason they're laying off people by the truckload, they're trying to cut costs. So this seems like the next logical move. And they've talked about this before. This isn't the first time that the conversation of Xbox games playable on other platforms has come up. It's come up plenty of times, but this is the first time that it feels pretty substantial. I mean, you've got people saying, why would I buy an Xbox to play Indiana Jones? Right? Like, Indiana Jones, this upcoming game, looks really good. Why would I play it on Xbox when I can play it on PS5? Well, guess what? Xbox still owns the studio. Xbox owns the IP. They're still going to make money. But now they've got an extra source of revenue. Right? This could be one of those things, and stay with me here. This could be one of those things with Microsoft where we see them test it out. Perhaps they don't like it, and then they don't stick with it. Look at HoloLens. Look at so many other things. They're going to test things, they might not like it, and they're going to come back on it. That's a possibility. So maybe that's what you need to sleep at night, but I think ultimately we don't need to worry about this. Let's say for a second that Xbox Series S and Xbox Series X are the last consoles to come from Microsoft. That's not the worst thing in the world, especially not for them because they don't have to pay for a console to get made. They're still making money hand over fist on software, Windows, everything like that. Like, they're fine when it comes to their bottom line that way. But let's say that they don't make any more consoles. This is the last family of Xboxes. What does that mean for the gaming space? Well, let me take you back to the 90s. When it was Nintendo and Sega. And everybody was either in one camp or the other. Either you had a Sega or you had a Nintendo. Now if you look at Sega, they're just making games. When before they were the key competitor. The Sega Genesis, the Sega Saturn, the Sega Dreamcast, the Sega Game Gear. They were literally one of my favorites, a staple in the household. And now they're just making games. But that's not a bad thing. Sega is still very prevalent. We're still seeing plenty of games coming from Sega. We love everything that they do, and we keep buying their stuff. So if you think about it in the long run, it's not the worst thing in the world. Because we're still going to be getting Xbox games. We're still going to be playing Xbox games. You're still going to have your old consoles. But, I mean, I get it. I get it. It's like the end of an era. Nothing is set in stone. Hopefully I get this video out this week and not after Xbox actually talks about things. But you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily the end of the world, but it feels like it. This feels like a very sitting on the fence kind of statement. A very middle of the road kind of video, but it's just something that I've been thinking about, and so I got a hot take. It's not that big of a deal. If Xbox goes away, I'm still going to keep playing on my Xbox. I still have my original. I still have my 360. I still have my S and my X. My One X. Like, I'm still going to be playing on Xbox consoles. Is it going to be my primary to play the new upcoming? Maybe, maybe not. depending on how they're optimized in the future, if this is indeed the last family of Xbox consoles and they move forward with only doing software, will future titles be playable on the Series X once we're getting the PS6 and the PS7? Who knows? But I'll tell you what, I guarantee you Halo Infinite Part 6 Mega Hyperdrive played on the PS7 is gonna look so good. So maybe we just wait to see how the chips fall. Maybe we just wait to see how this is all really going to play out. But until then, my opinion, my hot take, stop freaking out. We're going to be okay. We're still going to get Xbox games. And for that matter, going back to Sega, I think that's that's the best analogous situation that I can come up with. Go play some amazing Sega games. Sega announced that they're going to be making, a new Sonic? They're bringing back Crazy Taxi. They're bringing back Jet Set Radio. Come on. Sega is still alive and thriving, and Xbox will be too. We're going to be fine. Leave it alone. Thank you everybody so much for watching this video. I appreciate you greatly. Please consider liking this video, sharing it with a friend, and let me know in the comments down below. Are you worried about this? What's your hot take? Do we need to be concerned about the future of Xbox, or are we going to be just fine? And if you're looking for more Game Chat goodness, like I said, you can go watch old episodes. You're going to be able to watch snippets coming out soon. And in the future, at some point, I can't tell you when, we're going to be getting new episodes of Game Chat, the video game variety show, brought to you by Borderline Entertainment and hosted by me, Ace of Green River. If you want to find me, you can follow me at @greenriver07 on X and TikTok. And then, of course, so stay tuned with all your great Borderline Entertainment videos on youtube.com/Borderline Entertainment and live streams on twitch.tv/Borderline Entertainment. With the caveat that this is shot and edited on my phone. And I'm using an old phone to record some audio because my computer died. So please consider supporting so I can get a new PC or a new graphics card, whichever comes first, and I can be back making some killer content for you the way I want to be making it. So thank you again from the bottom of my heart, and until next time, be well, Borderline family.